I visited Tengchong, Yunnan. I once again experienced a slow pace of life. Waking up to birdsong in the morning, basking sunlight at noon, and falling asleep to the tranquility of the forest at night. Each day was blissfully uneventful. I ate when hungry, slept when tired, and felt utterly content. There's a German word, Fernweh. When I first encountered it in my 20s, I pondered, how could someone ache for distant places? It was as baffling as the English phrase, travel age, which I couldn't grasp as a student. The homesick made immediate sense. As a child, I never dreamed of traveling the world. Back then, becoming a scientist was a popular ambition. Kids who talked about changing the world were often laughed at, but saying you aimed for Tsinghua or Peking University would earn approving smiles from adults. I was born in a mountain city, where hills stretched as far as I could see. A river ran through the city, and crossing it via the bridge, and back took less than 2 hours. That was my world, tiny by any measure, yet it held everything I needed: family, food, and nature. I never imagined leaving, at least not for so long. At 17, high school ended, and with it, a frenzy of studying. In that moment, it was as if God tapped me on the head and said, forget about being a scientist. It's not happening. But what then? Before I could dwell on it, a classmate called me away to eat. After graduation, I hastily sent out a resume and landed my first job. For 6 years, time flew. Every day I entered a high-rise at 9 a.m. and emerged at 7 p.m. Year after year, I barely noticed the seasons, especially Beijing summers. Despite living there for years, I never visited the Great Wall, always telling myself, there will be time later. Now, I've adopted a new mantra, since I'm here anyway. These days I cherish summer. I'm deterred by heat or sunburn, though my skin is fragile. In Tengchong, I got sunburned again, and I'm still peeling. Tengchong, too, is cradled by mountains, with lakes and streams waving through the town. The locals are warm and unpretentious, reminiscent of my hometown, which is perhaps why I love it. For me, travel's charm lies not in vacation, but in exploration. Walking through a city step by step reveals surprises. Like the stunning rose-colored tree I stumbled upon in Heshun Asian town, a scene forever etched in my memory. At my hotel, I met a local guy in his early 20s. I told him I envy his job in such a serene, beautiful place. He replied, "There's no money here. You need money to marry and live well." I asked what living well meant to him. "Being in a beautiful place with my family," he said. "But you're already here," I pointed out. We shared a laugh and moved on. I used to obsess over travel plans, but this time I went spontaneously. Many restaurants and sites were last-minute discoveries. My favorite, Beihai Wetland, was a detour suggested by a taxi driver, who later admitted the longer ride earned him more. Tengchong's downtown isn't special, he added. You can buy souvenirs anywhere, but nature, every bit of it, is unique. Thus began my first rafting adventure, thanks to that driver. This is travel's magic. No plans, endless surprises, and lingering wonder. In college, I liked train journeys, always striking up conversations with fellow passengers. Trapped in a carriage, our words carried us to faraway places. Once during a 24-hour trip to Qingdao for National Day in 2010, I saw people sleeping on the floor. Unthinkable to me then. At night, their snores made me jealous. They seemed to sleep better than I did upright. Now grain trains are rare, and so are flu sleepers. On high-speed rail, only children are noisy. Adults silently scroll through phones. No one talks to strangers anymore. In these carriages, our minds escape through screens, not stories. To me, travel is a pursuit of beauty and truth, and a return to childhood. The first time I heard the term SB was in college in Wuhan. Before that, the worst insult I knew was haha. means full in our dialect. I resented my lack of advanced pop culture, like going to war unarmored. I love Tengchong because its people remind me of home, simple and genuine. At breakfast, I noticed a chef squatting to rest, but the moment I entered, he'd stand up. As I left, I'd squat again, a small balance between duty and comfort. I dislike rigid rules or forced enthusiasm. Comfort is key. In Tengchong, shopkeepers let you browse in peace, only engaging when needed. That measure warmth felt just right. The people we meet while traveling are mirrors. Who we talk to, who greets us, who becomes a friend. It feels fated. Born in the mountains, I was destined to love rivers and peaks. When my father said, "A man who's seen the ocean will have a broader mind," my obsession with distant seas was sealed. In Beijing, I made a few friends and saw little. But one autumn morning, I visited the Temple of Earth, searching for traces of Shitiesheng. My sharpest memories tie back to childhood, to books and TVs. Life's magic lies in how scattered fragments connect, and travel helps gather those cosmic pieces. String them together, and there's your life. 我老的时候，闭上眼，应该还能想起某一个春天的早晨，在腾冲，伴着鸟叫和一望无际的绿色，我在读书，读着史铁生的《我与地坛》，读着李娟的《我的阿勒泰》，思绪飘向了远方和过去，只是哪边是现实，哪边是梦境，我也不知道。